Today I'm going to talk to you a little bit about board gaming. A little something I know something about. I've been playing board games in the kind of the new wave of board gaming for about the last 4 years or so. Got a collection of over 100 now. A little bit obsessive, I know. And there's just a wide world out there. Things are a lot more grand and a lot more varied than the world you're probably used to. I mean, we all grew up with Monopoly and Risk and remembering spending those long days playing with siblings, maybe getting into a fight after about 3 hours of Monopoly. Well, what I'm talking to you about is a whole other experience. In fact, the world out there is incredibly varied. I mean, it comes out, there are games out there like this one. This is Le Havre. This is an intense strategy game, very economic, very thinky. One of my favorites. There's also games like The Resistance Avalon. This is lie to your friends and watch them hate you in 5 seconds, laugh hysterically, and do it all over again, the game, where some of you are traders, some of you are not, and you spend the whole game trying to figure that out. Great game, real portable too, so you can take it with you to a bar, or as I've done in the past, or any other place that you might want to be able to play something handy. There's even games out there nowadays like Pandemic. Now, this is one of the most popular games out there, and this is what they call a cooperative game. So instead of you playing against your friends and finding out who's going to win, who comes out victorious, it's you versus the game. You as different medical officers from the CDC trying to figure out how you're going to stop 4 deadly plagues from taking over the United States. Now, all of these games are incredibly fun, but anytime I'm bringing somebody new into the hobby, I always reach for the same game, and that is Dixit. So that's what we're going to be learning today, is a little bit about Dixit. It's a fantastic, fun game with incredible artwork. It's very easy to grasp, but it has a little bit of strategy to it too, so it's a great transition from games you might be used to the new world of board gaming. So come along with me for the journey, and let's get started. This is Dixit, a game of clever clues and more clever guesses for 4 to 6 players. Now, this is a fantastic game, and it came out of France, and as such, it is completely language independent. As long as everybody around the table speaks the same language, then you're going to get a very similar experience. And that's something really interesting for these games. It revolves around these fantastic cards with just amazing artwork, as you can see. So at the beginning of your turn, you're going to be given a hand of these cards. All right, and you're going to decide which one of these cards you want to play with this turn. Something you can think of a clue for. And in this case, we're going to go with the clue cute and cuddly. And of course, what's more adorable than this giant teddy bear? So I'm going to include this in the face down area here. And every player around the table who's not their turn, they also have their hand of cards, and they're all going to select one from their hand and add it to this middle area as well. Then these cards are all shuffled up and placed out and set up in an area to guess. Now you'll see along this path here are the numbers 1 through 6. Now, these numbers are going to correspond with how you guess. Now, every player has a set of these tokens that'll have the numbers 1 through 6 on them. And once they think they know which one of these came from the original person whose turn it was and who gave the clue, well, then they're going to include that on the board. After which, the votes are revealed. So we have votes for 5 and for 6 in this case, which is good for me. I gave the clue and some people got it, and some people didn't. So one of 3 things are going to happen here. Either everybody's going to guess the right card, in which case everybody at the table gets points except for the person who gave the guess or gave the clue. And they'll be keeping track on this little score track here and around to 30 using these just fantastically cute little bunny rabbit tokens here. All right. Now the second outcome is nobody guesses correctly and everybody guesses off, in which case, similar result. Everybody but the clue giver gets 2 points. Now the third, and hopefully for you if you're giving the clue, most common result, and like I've laid out here, some people guess the right answer, some people don't. In which case, Both the player who gave the clue and everybody who guessed correctly gets 3 points, and everybody else gets none. Now, also, if not everybody guessed the correct one, every person who volunteered a card that was chosen, so whoever put out this number 5 here, they get a point for every person who votes for them. And that's it. It's as simple as that. Now, the key to this game is to be able to know the people you're playing with. To be able to give some clues that are vague, or inside jokes are always great, or maybe some references to some things that some people know and some people don't. You know, in past times we've had references to oldie songs and Doctor Who and wrestling even. Just things that some people around the table are really familiar with and other people aren't. And that's the key to this game. And of course, the other key, I can't stress the art enough. It's just very interesting. There's not a dull card in the deck. And at the end of each turn, everybody is dealt another card and play passes around the table. Everybody gets a chance to volunteer clues. Everybody gets a chance to guess and rack up as many points as they can. And that's how you play Dixit. And that's Dixit. A fantastic way to spend time with your friends and loved ones. Again, 4 to 6 players. You know, I remember a time where I was playing a game with my wife and this particular card came up. Now, if you found yourself in a circle where not a lot of people knew about art here, you might say Escher, as reference to M.C. Escher paintings. The staircases going absolutely everywhere. Well, I'd seen this card come up with this group before, and absolutely everybody guessed that, and I lost out. Well, then I remembered a little stand-up routine from a guy named Mitch Hedberg, and he had a joke saying, "An escalator can never break. It can only become stairs. Thank you for the convenience." And my wife and I both knew that, and nobody else at the table did, so I put out a thank you for the convenience, which confused absolutely everybody at the table. There was just a very varied group of cards let on the table. My wife and I were able to pull ahead as we both guessed right and everybody else guessed wrong. And that's exactly how you play this game. And that's exactly how you can have some fun. Her and I are laughing at our inside joke. Everybody else is laughing about the cards that were put out. And a great time was had by everybody. So I hope you consider board gaming going forward as a hobby, as something I enjoy absolutely immensely. And I want you to have a great day.